Hi, welcome to another episode of Mark's Man Cave. Today we're going to be fitting a LINK ECU to my Escort Cosworth. Right, today we've had a special delivery from Auto Dynamics. Been waiting a while for this. Let's go through what's in the box. So I've gone for the LINK ECU. This is what comes in the box. I've gone for the Monsoon, which is sort of, it's not bottom of the line, but it's sort of one up, does everything you need to in the box. You get the ECU. It's got a built-in 4-bar map sensor, so my Cosy has got a 3-bar map sensor on it, so I'm going to have to get rid of that and plumb it straight into here. Little socket here for your USB cable, so you can manage it and plug it in and do all your mapping, and then that's the loom connector there. Bracket, mounting bracket. Ooh, free stickers. We all like free stickers. And some other gumph in there as well. So that's the ECU. What else we got in here? Oh, cable to go into the your laptop and into the ECU, sort of like a printer type cable, USB. I've also ordered different injectors. So my Escort has grey injectors on. I can't remember which way around it is. I think I need high impedance to run with this ECU. So these are high impedance injectors. These are Bosch 1000cc injectors. There you go. And they come with the clips to go onto the fuel rail. So I've actually got a fuel rail here. These come with these, I'll take that off. These come with these adapters to fit into the Cosworth fuel rail. So they, in theory, go into there like that. And then that will clip into there like that. That goes on there like that. So this is a spare fuel rail I've got. That'll go in there. Need a bit of lube on there, which I'll show you in a bit when I fit them. They're dead light compared to the other ones actually. They're the greys. But an option between the 550cc and the 1000cc, and this is the recommendation for what I need. So that's what I went for. What else we got on here? Auto Dynamics pinout for the work they've done. That'll come relevant in a second actually when I show you the loom I've got. And I've not bought a full loom, so I've bought one of their loom adapters, and I'll explain why in a second. But if you have a look at that, look at the quality of that. That's mega. So that's obviously the end that goes into the new ECU, and that will then go into my Weber harness that I've got on the car, or the end on the ECU. So all 3D printed by the looks of it. Mega. Why have I bought this? I didn't want to buy the full harness. The reason being is I've got a brand new harness on here from Auto Dynamics / Motorsport Developments. So I didn't want to spend another fortune getting rid of this harness to buy another one and put it all back in again. I know I probably could sell this one on, but I didn't want to do it. Eventually, I may well get another harness or work out if I can add to this harness to get the coil packs and get rid of the old leads, but that's a later job. Hence, I've got this. Right, guys. First thing I think I'm going to fit. Oh no, one more thing. I've also got a boost solenoid. Now I've got a boost solenoid in here already. That's already on the car, and I've got a Profec boost controller. But to use, I can use that one, but to do it I need to lock the end off the cable. I didn't want to do that. This one here comes with the cables already locked off. There's no control on it, so this will go into the ECU. I've got 2 cables already on my harness for this to go into, and then that will be managed. The boost will be managed by the ECU as well. I'll put the spec sheet up for this Monsoon ECU on there. You can see it does most things. It does all your anti-lag, launch control, You can have a look for yourselves. But like I say, it's not the bottom of the range, but it's sort of middle-ish. And that's the one I've decided to go for. Right guys, first thing I'm going to do is fit the injectors. So I'm going to take the rail off, a couple of 10mm bolts either end, one this end. So I've got a slightly different fuel rail to a standard Cosworth. It's sort of a Group A style fuel rail, and I've got the you see the -6 AN fittings either end for the fuel. I mentioned that on previous videos. Unplug the power to the injectors, and now this should hopefully just lift off. Oh, a little bit of spillage, expect that. So that's the rail out. You've got the little clips I showed you earlier on these, holding them in. Put these out of the way. Whip all these out. There's a bit more leakage there, catch that. Right, that's the old injectors out. Now is the reverse basically, putting the new ones in. Just a bit of a clean, bit of fuel leak there. Right, what I like to do on the new injectors to help them go in is just put a little bit of grease on the O-rings at either end, just to help them, so you're not like pinching the O-ring as it goes into the rail or into the plenum. So a little bit of grease around each one. On that end. There you go. A clip in my hand, which I'll probably drop on the floor, watch. And then these just push in, just like the old ones did. A bit tight, that one. Really tight. Right guys, that's the injectors in. As you can see, I struggled a bit there on that last one. My own fault, to be honest with you, I had it round the wrong way. But hey ho. So that's the injectors in. What I'm going to do now is push them back onto the plenum and nip the bolts back up. Alright, that's them in. I'll sling these bolts back in. Right, that's the old one off there. I just need to disconnect the pipes and get the wiring. That's the reason I didn't want to mess with the wiring, because it's got its own special cable going for the ProFlex Grady boost controller. So hence I bought another one. So before I do that though, before I take those off, I'll put this one together. So it came with the 2 barbs. I'm hoping, yeah, I'm going to plumb it in the same way. So it's labelled 1, 2 and 3. So that one's going to the turbo there, and this side's going to the actuator. That one's going to air. What I'm going to do quickly is just put a bit of plumber's tape around those fittings and then screw them in there. So a bit of tape around both of these just to help seal them. That's one. That's 2. And just screw those into there, like that. I'll nip them up with a spanner shortly. Bigger, 13. Get them nipped up nice. One thing to note with this actually, which I noticed afterwards, is you see there the Link one. I thought I've got a Link ECU, I'll buy the correct Link boost solenoid. But I did notice on here somewhere it is, we see that it's just a Mac one. So the Mac ones look exactly the same as this, they just ain't got that Link sticker on, and they're about 20 quid cheaper in all honesty. Lesson learned. But yeah, so exactly the same, just someone's put a Link stick on it wonky, but there you go. So I'm going to swap this one out now. I'm going to pull these pipes off, connect them onto here. I'm going to pull the wiring out for the old solenoid later on. For now, we'll just get this one on. There's a couple of fittings there. That one off there. With a new. Like that. That one there like that. There you go. Like I say, that's the old there. Snips. Get rid of that. And I'll tidy this up later. For now. Just get this in. So that's the old wire running around there. I'll leave that there for now. This is the new wire coming in. And I'm just going to put, I don't know, in all honesty, which way these go around. You got a white and a red on there. See if a label on here at all. Yeah, don't know. I'll have to do a bit of Googling. Hang on, let's see what's in the pack. Not very helpful. No. Anything on here? No. Right, let's just try it. So I'm going to put a couple of spade connectors on here for now and just plug them into there so I can swap them around if required. And I need to find a new way of mounting that at some point as well, because the other one came with a nice bracket. I'm not sure if I can reuse it actually. I think I can. So I'll take this off later and I'll reuse this bracket, because that I think looks about right. Bolt onto there. That's handy. Right. Let me find some spade connectors. Let's do it. Like I say, I'm going to go back and neaten this up afterwards. Let's just make sure it works first, though, shall we? Yeah, that's good. That's that one on. And for now, I'm just going to guess. One in there. That one in there. So the last thing I've got to do on the outside is, I mentioned earlier, the new ECU's got an inbuilt 4-bar map sensor. This one, my Cossy's got a 3-bar map sensor, which is above standard. I think they come with like a 2-bar map sensor from standard. And the map sensor hides under here somewhere, he says. Yeah, under here. So that's that pipe there. So pull off there. Pull off there, which goes to there. So I'm going to take that off, and I've got a new bit of pipe to run in. Bear with. Comes off there. New piece of pipe. I like to buy the braided line. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I think it's a bit stronger, looks a bit better. Get that clip off. And that bad boy in there. To there. Like so. And then, for the purposes for the video, I'm not going to run this in yet. I'm just going to run it around the side of the car, because I need to do lots of fiddling around here and wire tying. So I'll do that later. So, right guys, so that's the outside done. Injectors in, boost controller in, pipe for the to go for the map sensor. So let's go inside the car now. Right guys, we're in the car. Now we're going to fit the Monsoon LINK ECU. One thing I failed to mention earlier is this comes, well, I purchased the base map So the map's on here. Auto Dynamics kindly plugged it into a car in the workshop, make sure it's started. So in theory, once I plug this in, it should start, although on a base map. The other thing I failed to mention earlier, one of the reasons I'm going to like a standalone LINK ECU is the old Weber L8 ECU does its job. It's sat under there, you'll see it in a bit. Trying to get people to map it is really hard, especially local to me. I'm in the northeast. I have to go across to Blackpool, Birmingham, or even further down into Midlands as well. With this, I can go locally to local tuners. So that'll be the next video when you see it getting mapped in January. So I mentioned earlier why I didn't use the old boost solenoid, because it's attached to this. So this, unfortunately, is going to have to go. And unfortunately, I've got a DTM monitor there, which connects to the L8 ECU. That will no longer work either, so that's going to have to go. But I've got a plan for that, and that'll be in a future video. But it does mean also I'm going to have to recut that carbon fibre surround I've made for that again. I think it's the third time that will be. Right, let's get the old ECU out. It just clips out. Probably not going to be able to see very well. That's the cable out there. Pull this old ECU out. There you go, that's the old L8 ECU. Interesting fact, that's the same ECU, I believe, that goes in a Ferrari F40. I think the F40 has two of these. So that's the old Weber ECU. Adapter loom. I'm going to unplug these just in case, because these are the ones, excuse the noise, these are the ones that go to the screen up there. So I'll just unplug those just in case. Like I say, unfortunately can't use them. And then the adapter loom, in theory, get around the right way, just plugs into there, like so. I'll get some zip ties and go around that later, make sure it stays together. And then new ECU in, the size difference there, look. Amazing. And then this one is keyed, goes on that way, like that. And that, I'll get a clip for that again in a bit, goes onto there for the map sensor, 4-bar map sensor. So that is it. That is it plugged in, and in theory now this should start. What do you reckon, James? Is it going to start?
Yeah.
We shall see. All right, let's see if this bad boy will start. Ooh, sounds rough, doesn't she? Alright, let me just come around that side just a sec. Right guys, I had to swap round and get in the driver's seat so I can get to the accelerator. Let's give this another go. Ooh. Right, she's alive. She's not running very nicely. Yeah, right. I'm going to leave that. What I'm going to do now is get the laptop out, plug it into the ECU, and see if Auto Dynamics are in today and give them a bell, see what the problem is. Right guys, been backwards and forwards to Auto Dynamics. They've been absolutely fantastic. A couple of tweaks to the map, which is really easy. They literally send you a little file, you open it, upload it to the ECU, Absolute, really simple. I was really impressed with that. And then we had to, after a bit of fault finding, we had to change the pins around for the ignition for the spark, which is really easy. Again, they talked me through it over the phone via chat, and it was really good. So now, in theory, it will start. James, is it going to start?
Yeah.
Right then, let's have a look. Pumps are on. And she's alive. Right, next guys, we're off to decimal temps for mapping. So that'll be in the next video. I'm really excited about it. Really excited to see how she does on the dyno and stuff like that. Can't wait. Guys, James, sorry, what does everyone need to do?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
So James has been doing a little YouTube geeking, and he's been looking at the analytics, and only 12% of you have subscribed. So it'd be really good, please, if you could subscribe, and also share to your other car mates. Let's get this channel up and going. Cheers, guys.